How's it going, YouTube? I want to make another video today about my personal journey. I've gone through life not telling many people this, and today I decided that I want to just tell the whole world. When I was in third grade, about to be going into fourth grade, my parents decided to pull me out of school to homeschool me. It was not stimulating my mind. It was not allowing me to be my authentic self. It was not allowing for me to express my natural gifts and creativity. And I knew that from a young age, and I knew that immediately. And my parents saw that with me, and they saw how it was dimming my own light. We did paperwork, like schoolwork, book work, for a little bit, for like maybe the first year. And then after that, I was just free for all. Like anything that I wanted to learn, I would learn it. I would do it on my time, what I was interested in. And other than that, I spent my time outside. I spent my time in nature, doing what I love. I've always been allowed to do what I love and spend my time creatively and artistically, and what interests me and what I'm passionate about. And back in the day, it was spending time near water and in the woods, and hunting frogs and painting, riding bikes, building forts with my friends. I do not have a high school diploma. I have no diploma of any sort. I have literally third grade education. I've had a strong work ethic from a young age. I started baling hay at 13. And when I was 16, I started working in a kitchen. From there, I worked my way all the way up to executive chef. I was published in a magazine for my food for the place that I was working at back in Michigan before I moved to Florida. After 10 years of working in that industry, I decided that I didn't want to do it anymore. Had no clue what I would even do, because I've spent so much time doing that. When I decided to move to Florida, which I have another video on if you want to check out my whole journey actually getting to Florida. It's quite the trip. When I got to Florida, everything fell into place for me to work in a motorcycle dealership as a technician. Everybody in that shop was certified except for me. I held my own. I was able to carry out everything that I needed to do and everything they needed of me. And in my mind, I succeeded at the job because I learned something completely outside of my field in a few months' time, and I ended up working there for a year. I had an opportunity to potentially take over a family business, which ended up falling through, also in this other video. But I learned how to weld, and I learned how to machine. My family member taught me how to machine, but he did not teach me how to weld. I used YouTube and Reddit, and it just goes to show that you can learn literally anything between YouTube and Reddit. I just sat down and I did it. I practiced until I got it, and I learned it pretty quickly, but they decided to close the business, and that put me in a really tough situation. So now I'm pursuing starting my own business or businesses. My message to the world is you can be different, you can do different things, and you can take a different path, and you do not need schooling to teach you how to be successful. But I think to create any form of like real lasting financial independence and success, if you want to truly be free and you want to truly create lasting wealth and freedom for yourself, you have to do it for yourself. You have to build your own businesses or partner up with people. You're always going to be limited. You're always going to be trading your hours for money. You're always going to be trading your time for money. Working a 9-to-5 or any sort of structured job, you'll never be able to work enough to create the success and wealth that you want in your life. And though I'm not in a position of high tier material and wealthy status, I know this to be true, and it's plastered all over the internet that it's true. So my goal is to create wealth and abundance through doing what I love, my passions, and not in a traditional way. I am doing everything I can to not do things in a traditional way. The mind is our only limitation. If there's something that you want, freaking go for it. Another thing I'd like to add too is I've never once, actually until recently, I've never been once asked for my high school diploma, ever. I applied for a job kind of out of panic when the whole business thing with my family went down, and they asked for it, and they asked if I could get my GED, and I straight up told them no. Like, I'm not doing that. I've never had to do it. I'm not going to start. especially because I want to start my own businesses now. I'm sure as hell not going to start trying to get a GED and proof of high school diploma now after all that. I'm standing true to my own and what I believe, and I know at some point, even though it hasn't fully paid off yet, it will. And I plan to do it in a way that is fulfilling to me, that utilizes my natural strengths and passions. And school doesn't teach that. School teaches structure and how to become an employee. School doesn't teach to be independent and to use your natural creativity. It teaches you to be an employee and how to follow structure and how other people are doing things. All part of a structure. It's just a continuous cycle. So do what you're good at, follow what you're good at, find out what you're good at, and do it. Do it no matter what anybody says. F what everybody else says. Follow what your inner guidance is telling you to do, you know? And do that. Do it more. Even if you're working a job and you can only do a little bit of it, do a little bit every day, and then get yourself to a point to where you can support yourself while you make that your full-time thing. I hope you enjoyed this little tidbit of my life. It's small but also big at the same time, you know. Only having a 3rd grade education and existing in a world that is structured. Its foundation is built upon schooling and following a certain path and not thinking for yourself. I want to promote thinking for yourself and following your intuition and your passions, making that your life, making that your way of being and living. So I hope this inspired you. Like and subscribe for more content like this. I'm just putting my own stories out there and trying to inspire people to follow what is true to them. And that's what I'm doing. I want to inspire you to do the same. So thank you for watching this video. I love you.